Hi everyone, welcome to this introduction video on Miromaa 3. I would just like to go through on this video and show you some of the main features of Miromaa, which you can then have a look at all of the other videos which we have produced and get to learn those particular features in more detail. After you have installed Miromaa on your computer, you will find that on the desktop you will have the Miromaa 3 icon. I'm just going to double click on that now to start Miromaa. It will take a short moment there before everything gets up and going. Okay, the first thing that you come up with Miromaa is this login screen. Why we have this is that we feel that security does need to be put in place with using Miromaa and access to the various areas and so forth. It's a feature which we found has been very beneficial and can go a long way to helping meet community protocols on access to language, access to who does what, and all of the other various things which you can come up with in that area. From the login screen you can see that at the moment some of the main things to look at, we have the version, we have the current version here, 3.3.5. Up the top here we can click on file and just exit. We have help. We can check for updates directly from this screen via the internet there to see if there are any newer versions of Miromaa which have been released. On the left hand side you can create, import and choose, that's create a new language database, import a shoebox export into Miromaa, or you can choose the location of where your language database is sat and access that. In the bottom left hand corner you can currently see that Miromaa is already connected to the Awabakal database there, and as I mouse over it, it even shows us the actual location of where that is. So I'm just going to log in now, click on Awabakal, type in my name and password and hit enter, and we will now log into Miromaa. The first thing that comes up in Miromaa is this main menu. It's basically the only time you will see this is when you actually start Miromaa itself there. We have three areas. We have a view area, a learn area and a tools area. All of these areas can be explained in very good detail in all of our other range of videos which are available in our learning room on our website. So what I would like to do is just give you a quick overview of some of the main features of Miromaa here so you can get an idea of what it is all about. The first thing I should like to tell you is that Miromaa, in our local language up here in Newcastle, the Awabakal language, Miromaa means saved. And that's something which we felt was very important and also very appropriate to name this program, as we feel that if you have your language inside Miromaa, you've gone one big step forward to being able to save your language. So the various areas which do exist in Miromaa are on our view area here. I'll click on entry. Here we have is a basic entry screen. This entry screen here is the majority of the time used by volunteers or assistants coming in and doing language work, maybe at your language centre or office there. They don't need access to all of the major features within Miromaa, which I'll show you in a moment. They just might have a resource, a book, a document, something like that, and they're just going to go through and enter words which have been found on those word lists there. It could be a transcript from an audio tape or CD as well there, but basically just a basic data entry screen of entering the language which has been found, the translation, the English translation of that language, the source which refers to the where the document has been located, and our reference guides. Our references here, as in word categories and parts of speech, may be added. What I would like to now do is just skip over to the editor screen and show you this one here. Here is the editor screen. You can see down here in the bottom left hand corner that I'm logged in. You can see the username, the language is Awabakal, and currently the language has been sorted by word ID. I can click this down arrow and choose to sort by the language or English as well. The word ID is a unique number which has been given to every word which has been entered into the language database. It's a unique number which cannot be changed on that entry. At present, you can see we're on the bottom right hand corner here. You can see we're on word ID number 2. So I'll just flick through some of the I'll just get a nice you can see by using the arrows here, I can choose click the arrows and go backwards and forwards here. I can forward to the last entry. Over here I can forward to the first entry. The plus here will let me add a new entry, so I can also use the editor screen here to add entries. But what I'd like to do is just to give you a quick example of Miromaa is I'm going to look up for the word emu, which I know has some good examples here. Here he is, bai. So in the Awabakal section here, you'll see that all of the data which is entered is in our original language. Over here on the corresponding right hand side, everything which has been entered in is in the English. Down on the bottom but here you can see we also have some word for word, some language for the sentence which is above there. On the bottom middle section here we have our multimedia area where we can see our image. We can have multiple images displayed. We can have audio. We can also have video attached as well. All of these multimedia items, you can add multiples of everything. There is also a fourth one here called Other, where you can add multiple others as well. These might be actual teaching resources, documents, anything you like can be added within the multimedia area here and accessed. If you're making new audio recordings, you can launch Audacity, which is a great freeware audio program for using to record speech and editing that. On the right hand side, bottom right hand side, we have our area here which has a lot of information in it. Our source area, which is where this particular word itself was found. I can click here and I can go through all the various sources. I can add the sources from this screen by using this button here as well. We have some controls which you will learn about in more detail later on. We have our notes area. This is where we can put in extra information about the word which has been found, and we can also read about the linguistic comments which have been made by anyone in that position which has been helping us. Here is our reference area. You can see that the emu has been categorized wildlife, birds and bats, and it is an absolutive noun. We also have an area where you can have up to 9 custom fields. These can be set aside for you to add further information which could be particular to your language, nation or country there. On this left hand side over here we have these arrows. You can see that these arrows can either hide or make appear various information. So I'll hide all of these at the moment. First off, you'll see that we have our go-to area. I can type in here that I would like to go to 2659 and it will take me straight to that word. I can also in here start to type in the Aboriginal word and it will try and predict what you've been typing in and take you to that record. Mawani here for kangaroo is what I've just searched for. If I wanted to, I can also come to English and type in C-A-N-G. You can see we have lots of kangaroos in ours, and I can scroll through all of them if I wished and have a look at all of those various ones there. And it will take you straight to that particular record. Or you can go search on original word, which is this here, the original recorded translation. In this next area we have some info. Miromaa gathers what we call metadata behind the scenes on who has been doing what with the language which has been saved within the Miromaa database. We also have a notepad where you can make any notes that you like, and they can be saved. You can type things in here and they will be saved and they'll reappear the next time, or you can clear them, save them as a text file, or send them as a to-do. Miromaa itself has to-dos built into it. So like I said, this is just a basic introduction to the editor screen. We'll click over here. Up the top, I should show you, you can go to File, Save, Log Out, Exit. Under Edit, you have some cut, copy, paste and some other commands available. Under View, you can access the various screens which are within Miromaa. Under Tools, you can get to all of the various things behind the scenes for managing your language file. And if you don't like our standard black, you can also change the look and feel of the Miromaa screen, as you can end up spending many hours in front of it just here. But I'll just go over to the linguist screen. The major difference between the linguist screen and the editor screen is that the linguist has a few more extra detailed fields, and the multimedia, which is here, is not in the first screen at all. Academics, linguists and so forth are more interested in getting into the nuts and bolts and the text and everything and so forth of the language which has been recorded. You also have an archive area where various words can be archived, just like in your own office. You can archive language which can be gathered at any point in time. Here you can see that we have over 2,000 words entered into our database, but we also have over 4,000 other words sitting in our archive currently. And we also have our learner screen here. So you can have a look at this in more detail later on at any time. Within Miromaa, you can produce word lists. Send them directly using some various filters which we have here. If you would like to just pull out a word list of fish, you can do that by going to wildlife in our example here, then choosing the subcategory fish, and we can print that out in either a Wobblicle to English, as in language to English, or English to language, either standard, detailed, or exported to a table similar, which could be used in Microsoft Excel for analysing later on. But this is a great word list production area there which can help you get information out of Miromaa in some way. I'll just go back now to the editor screen. As you can see, here we are back again. But there are lots of features here. I'll can pull up the keyboard. As you can see here, we have our floating keyboard where any special diacritic or special characters which may have been used at some point in time to record the language can be actually manually inputted into a keyboard within your version of Miromaa and used to help type in. So here I would like to add the G with the capital G with the dot above in any field. This can be done just like that. And it's a floating keyboard, which means it can be moved all around the screen. And to turn it off, I can just go back to Tools and click on Keyboard. Go into the Options area, and here we have all of the options laid out where you can control the system, manage your language, and also control security here. There's a lot of great features, but we've made the screens as easy as possible for you to be able to help you work on your language and get it set up and working as best as it possibly can there. That's all I would like to show you in this introduction to Miromaa. As you can see on the Learning Center page, in the Learning Room page, there are an awful lot of other videos and still more to come. So please have a look at all of these, and if you have any questions at all, do not hesitate to contact us at any time at all. We're here to help you maintain, preserve and reclaim your language as best as what we possibly can with the challenges which we have ahead of us. And we hope that Miromaa has gone some way in being able to help you use technology to be able to get the best out of what's in front of you. Thank you.